Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here on the Mission 24/7 channel. Today we're going to be talking about Railcraft and Traincraft back in the 1.7.10 version. That's because I've been playing with a bunch of lovely lads from the Virgin XL group who love transportation, and they decided to bring Minecraft and trains back together again. And well, we had a bit of an issue. With signals not interacting. These signals here not interacting with these tracks here. So Railcraft, which is what these rails are, cannot interact with Traincraft signals. That's a bit of an issue because, of course, we had trains running around the track. There's even a train literally running around in the distance over there. I believe it's just going around the track. It's a runaway train, but never mind. We'll leave that for now. So what this does is this is the Railcraft train system on how it works. And I'm going to get into how to build each section of the track over there in a couple of seconds. So for the first section, a train will come along here and go through this section here. This block here is any detector block. Basically, it's detecting any train that's on top of it and going, hey, I've got a train, I need to emit some redstone. That redstone is going through this circuit and going through this switch circuit here to emit this signal back over to red and say, hey, you need to be showing red. And that's what this one does. This is a distant signal block. It is not the same as a normal regular one. The distant signal block basically emits the same signal aspect that this controller block is receiving. So that's how these two signals are receiving. So you're seeing a proper signal here instead of seeing the really annoying signal, which is a little small dot that's on the side of them, which you can see just here. It's a lot easier to see the green on that. Once the train has passed it, it then needs to be reset once it gets to the next signal block, which is what this block here is doing. So this is receiving a signal from one of these blocks over here over to this one to reset it back. This must be emit redstone on aspect green. So if the signal is showing green, then this can say, hey, you can emit the signal to say, hey, you can reset. And that's how this works. So if I place the track on there, this will then switch the circuit round and go, hey, there's a train in this section, no one can go on it because there's a train there. Same as normal real life until you get to the next signal. So I'll put the train there just for now, and this is how this works. So once again, the signal will come round. I flipped it around so this signal is literally just going underneath and coming round, just to make it more sense for me, so that way I'm only repeating the same pattern over and over again. But this is the middle block section. So whenever you've got a signal between the two main end signals, you need to make sure you have this section done every single time. So this is the amount of blocks you will need. So the signal comes back from the track and goes, hey, I've got something on the track. I need to emit the red. I need to emit saying, hey, I've got red. So we need to change this signal from green to red, which of course will change this display here, this block signal. But this is going, hey, hang on a minute, I've got some information. You've just sent me saying, hey, there's a change of track. I've got something else here. So it's now going, hey, I need to send this signal back over to the previous one and go, hey, you've got a signal here. I've got a train on my next section on the track. It's cleared your one. You can go back to green. That's basically what this block is doing. It's just saying that. This one here is receiving it from the next one, which is the end track there. So let's just watch this in action. So the train will go past here and activate this signal here, which will then reset this. So this signal is now showing as red, and the previous signal is now showing back to green. So once the train has gone past the second signal and it's gone through all the other things, it's now come to the end of the track, which as you can see is just up here. It then goes through this signal block here. So once the train has passed this signal and is now sitting on the track, this signal is now going to show red because there's there. The only problem is, if the train wasn't there and there was nothing there and you've gone past it, you need to reset the signal back to green to allow the further tracks than the previous ones to allow through into this section. So to do this, what you need to do is you need to reset the third signal with the other section. So this one here controls that signal, that box there, and this one here sends the signal saying, hey, I've had a train come into my section, please reset your signal back to green, which is what this has done. Going, hey, but the problem is we need to reset the signal back. I'll just put a single lever in here, which all I have to do is flip it backwards and forwards, which resets this back to green, and every other signal is now definitely back at green. So to build each section of track, you will need So to build the starter of the track, this is placed right at the very beginning of your track circuit. You need to place this. You need to place a detector, two redstone torches, some redstone dust, a signal controller box and a signal receiver box, as well as a distance signal. So your distance signal needs to be placed before your detector, which needs to be placed underneath the track, which we will place just here. Your signal then needs to come out of here, go up, go over a block, place a couple of blocks away, and place another one just there, which is just two blocks away, with the redstone torches on either side, with your redstone dust going either way. Your receiver block needs to be sent in this section here. You need to then go into here, make sure the emit redstone is on green. You then need to go into this one and do signal controller box and make sure everything is set to default. You then need to do your signal tuner, which is this item here. You need to then replace this to the distance signal, which will be that one there, and don't forget to place your track right there. To place the middle signal blocks, you need to do exactly the same, but all you have to do is add in an extra block. So we will do that now. So I'm going to place in our next section, which I am going to place there, with that one there, with a distance signal placed on this one here. So of course we still have the same signal, which then comes out of here, goes up, goes there, goes onto a block, and we leave 1, 2, and then we place a block there with torches on either side, ready for this, with redstone dust going over, and same with this one here. I forgot to place the redstone dust there. And then the same for this one, that needs to go this way, and then we need to place in our signal controller box, which will go here, which then this needs to be paired up to this one here, which that is now paired up with the distance signal, and then this signal receiver box needs to be placed there with a signal controller box there, and the controller box needs to be linked up to the previous receiver box, and that's the same with the next circuit. So once again, placing this in, you then need to place in your detector, any block, which will go just there, with your track just there. I'm going to place a couple more tracks just there, just so we have it, with our distance signal just here. Once again, this will then come out of here, go through there, go into a block, leave 2, place a block, torch, redstone dust, redstone dust, redstone dust. Then you need to place in your controller box, which will go here, and then don't forget this needs to go back to your signal. You then need to place in your receiver, which you then need to place in one controller box as well, which will go in this section here, just to be able to send this back over to the other section. This one's slightly different, with an extra controller box here, which this controller box then needs to go back to that signal there, allowing these signals to be ready to go. Then simply grab yourself a train or a cart mover. I'm going to use a cart hauler, and then just check each circuit. So we'll place that one, we'll place this one here, which has now set the signal to red and is now staying at red until this signal has received it. When placing this one down the center block, this one actually should emit on redstone aspect red. That way it detects when it's ready for the next one, which has then reset the previous signal back to green. Once again, to get the next signal, you then need to place it on there. The train then needs to pass the next one, which resets the previous signals back to green. And don't forget, you need to use a lever or some other redstone power source to reset the signal track back to the default, so it's then back onto green. So once again, your train will go through here, go onto this track, which will set this up as a red signal. The next signal will receive it and go, hey, you then need to reset this back and set this back to green. Remember, these items here, so this one here, this controller box needs to be default, this one here needs to be set to on aspect red. Once you've done that, your signals are all ready to go, and happy training. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.